Welcome to Telling Our Stories. My name is Josh Johnson with Regency on the Lake. I relocated to Davidson, North Carolina, the Lake Norman area, in October of 2024. We started telling our stories so you, our viewers and listeners, can connect with our clients in the communities that we are a part of, from Western North Carolina to the Charlotte area. Welcome to the show, and we hope you enjoy this episode. So my name is Josh Johnson, and I'm here with Mayor Woody Washam today for the episode of Telling Our Stories. And I met Mr. Washam back last winter, I guess, probably November, December.
Probably so,
yeah.
Josh. Yeah.
And met through a mutual friend that we have, Adam Stewart. And I knew Adam through a gentleman that I worked with at Vinoy Construction. Mm-hmm. And Melvin Klein is his name. And Melvin said, hey, you got to meet my brother-in-law. Mm-hmm. That's how they're actually.
I know Melvin too, by the way.
All right.
Absolutely.
So that's how I met you. We got an introduction and things kind of kicked off from there. Mm-hmm. Obviously, I moved down after Helene, have a real estate company, Regency on the Lake. We're not located in Cornelius.
Yeah, we're going to work on that, Josh. I'm just saying.
But we do service the greater North Charlotte area. I mean, we plopped there in Davidson and put our office there for the time being. But, you know, we had to have space, and we took what we could find. So, but I appreciate you being on with us today, Woody.
Happy to.
Is it okay to call you Woody?
It is.
All
that's
right.
That's what I get a lot. And
yeah.
That's what I grew up with. So I'm good with that.
Well, everywhere I've been since October of 2024, I mention folks I've met and whatnot, and when I mention your name, it's always well received.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I've not heard a bad word.
Wow.
Which is 110% the truth.
You know, when you're an elected official, that means a lot.
It does.
It really does.
It does. And one thing, when I met you, I mean, you're very genuine. And it's obvious that you're a country like I am, even though we're a little closer to the city than I was in the high country. But what I kind of wanted to talk to you about today was Cornelius, past, present, future. What makes you tick? I mean, why you enjoy living in Cornelius. I know your family's been here a good while.
Time.
Yeah. And, you know, why people love it. I mean, I know why I love it, but I want to hear your perspective a little bit about, you know, history, present day, and where you see Cornelius in the future.
Well, I tell you, it's near and dear to my heart. You know, when it's your hometown, that really, really makes a difference. I'm sure everybody has thoughts of their hometown. Well, this is mine. And the opportunity for me to become mayor one day in the future it's a awesome feeling. It really is. I've enjoyed every minute of my current job. But I've enjoyed my journey to get here too. So it all goes back to, I was literally brought home from Presbyterian Hospital in Charlotte to Cornelius to grow up. And my parents built and moved into a home up on North Church Street near the YMCA, when I was probably 2 years old, maybe 1 to 2 years old. And so from that moment, I knew nothing but Cornelius. I've never lived anywhere else. The only time I've been gone to any extent has been when I was at college. And I went to Catawba College up in Salisbury and was there 4 years. Actually, I came home after my third year, and became, again, organist at my local Methodist church here in town. So on top of everything else I do, I'm the church organist. So I know that's hard to believe, but
I know it's not. I've watched the videos on Facebook, and I enjoy them. I mean, I don't know if you've heard in my other, I said it all the time, but I mean, I don't know if you've been at some of the events we've had or not. I can't remember. We've had several.
I missed your last.
Yeah, the launch event you missed. But my priorities in life and for my company and just the way I live, I mean, is God first, family second, work third. And it always, when I see those videos of you playing the organ, I mean, it brings joy to me. Right. And you mentioned Cornelius being home. And, the high country is what I call home.
Sure.
It's where I was born and raised, like Cornelius is to
exactly.
You. But moved down to Davidson last October. And Davidson and Cornelius, to me, are like Jefferson and West Jefferson. back in the high country.
Exactly.
I mean, they've got different names,
Right.
but very similar feels.
Right.
And the thing that I think makes a place home are the people.
Exactly.
I mean, the people are what make a place home and
Right.
give it that special feeling.
Yeah.
And Cornelius and Davidson, Huntersville,
Mm-hmm.
Mooresville, all these communities are so close.
Exactly.
And all the people are great people. I've not met anybody. I mean, I feel like I've said more than once, I feel like I moved away from home back to home.
Sure. Well, you will meet some folks, particularly if you get into politics, that you will realize are not from here, and they have opinions about how things should be done or not done or could be done, all that. And so that's a different perspective on things. But yeah, I think having grown up and understand and really know the fabric of your community is what really makes it tick and makes me tick going forward, because you don't want to give that up.
Correct.
You can't give that up. You want to take that and plug it into every aspect of what we do today. And I think we do that. I think we do a pretty good job. I have a lot of our folks that have been around here all their lives, like I have, that'll say to me, or they'll post something on Facebook, and it'll be like, well, Cornelius will never be the same. Well, no, we won't. But is that bad? It shouldn't be bad, because, if you change in the right way with that fabric traveling with you, I think you'll be all the better. And I think that's what we're trying to achieve here in our town. And we've come a long way. We really have. I've been elected now for 12 years. And, there's a lot of traveling that's happened in 12 years. That's a chunk of my life.
Oh, yeah.
And so we've really come a long way. But we have so many opportunities ahead for us. And that's why I'm running again. There's so many things on our plate with this current time that we're in. To be able to carry those forward would be a thrill for me. And that's, even at this point in my life, I certainly could retire. But it's just not time. It's just not time to walk away from it.
Well, it seems to me that you're doing a great job.
Well, thank you.
And
I appreciate
again, like
that.
I said earlier, I mean, everybody I speak to seems thrilled and overjoyed with you as the mayor.
Well, thank you.
And only positive things are what I've heard.
Yeah.
But you touched on growth, and obviously in my industry, I mean, the real estate industry, we see, lots of growth and lots of change. And I tell people all the time, growth is inevitable. Change is inevitable. I mean, it's going to happen with or without you most times.
It is.
And it is important, like you said, to maintain that fabric. I mean, that fabric is what made me come here and feel at home like I do.
Exactly.
I mean, if that fabric wasn't here, I mean, obviously nothing about downtown Charlotte, but I'm not living in downtown Charlotte. And we have clients moving from downtown Charlotte to this area.
We do.
That have been born and raised just like you and Cornelius and lived in Charlotte, downtown, and they are liking it here better now than they do downtown, just because it has that smaller fabric feel, which Charlotte actually came from, I think, as a whole.
Right.
I mean, in North Carolina, I tell people all the time, it's a state as a whole that we've been discovered. I mean, from the high country to the coast. I mean, I think it's the third time that we're the number one state for business.
Probably so.
I think, and politics, I try not to get on the politics side of things, because people, like you said, they get iffy one way or the other.
Exactly.
And this is just my opinion. It seems like we've all forgot to be Americans, which, I think we should be Americans first, and then have your beliefs and still love your neighbor as you love yourself.
Exactly.
And put personalities and differences aside. And we know we live in the greatest country in the world. And these towns, in my opinion, are some of the greatest towns in the world.
Exactly. And, I'm so happy that these small towns like mine and the other surrounding towns here, I think all of them actually in Mecklenburg County have nonpartisan elections. And so we're just all about Cornelius. Now, we're all registered as something.
Oh, yeah.
But then you can easily find out what we're all registered as, and that really makes a difference to some people. And that's probably my most asked question at the polls when we're working the polls is, what are you? And, you can tell them, because they can go look it up, but it doesn't matter. I'm still the mayor of nearly 34,000 people here. regardless of what they are, Democrat, Republican, Independent, or something
Correct.
in between. So, to me, that's what we've got to do. We've got to keep that uniqueness. And I stand for certain things, but at the same time, it's not partisan. And maybe our state and country ought to be more that way.
I
It'd be
agree.
a good thing, wouldn't
it? It would be. I remember I'm 45 years old, and the first president I remember personally is Reagan. And he just seemed like a relatable, down-to-earth guy.
Right.
And I think we've kind of lost that
Right.
at a national level and sometimes state level.
Yeah.
But the places like North Carolina, I think people are coming to because we've maintained that fabric that we talked about that Cornelius has.
Exactly.
And we're all down home people. You and I met, didn't even know each other.
Right.
First discussion we're having, your granddaughter went to school at North Carolina School of Science and Math.
Yes.
I'm like, my son's at North Carolina School of Science and Math.
Sure.
Same grade, they knew each other.
Right.
Obviously you were from here, he came from the high country region, but we had that tie off the, straight off the bat.
Yeah, it was pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Pretty amazing. And, the kids of today are something else. They really are. I just stand in amazement of what they can accomplish and how smart they are. And they're very different. It makes our workforce a little bit different, but at the same time, it's just, particularly my position here at the town, I see such great things happening, with our youth in this community, in my church, in my town, throughout our region. It's pretty incredible what some of these kids can accomplish now.
Well, that is our future.
It is.
And I'm getting to the point with an 18-year-old and a 14-year-old. I'm watching my kids grow up and become, who they're going to become. And it's, when you're younger, you never see yourself in this position that I'm in now.
Right.
And I know you've got a few years on me, not many, but a
couple,
few.
just a couple.
And it's like you go through these phases in life where you keep growing and changing.
Exactly.
Same as towns change.
Yeah.
And things become apparent that are important that when you were 20, you didn't think were important.
Right.
Or when your kid's a baby, you never thought, well, that would be important
Exactly.
then, but it is now.
Exactly.
But it's. I just wanted to sit down with you personally, because how long have you been the mayor here in Cornelius?
Well, I'm in my 8th year as mayor, and I'm running for re-election, so that will put me up there pretty good. 5th term is pretty unprecedented in this community, but like I say, I think it's important for me or whomever runs for this position to do it for the right reasons. I think that's critical. It's not an ego thing, and it's not a like don't like thing. It's not a popularity contest. It's like, what can you do? Where's your heart in all this? And I hope mine's in a pretty good place. And if it's not, I hope somebody calls me out. And in this town, I am assured that they will for sure. They would definitely do that.
Well, it's like going back to real estate again too. Like my industry, a lot of people look at it as we're salespeople. I've never once really viewed myself as a salesperson. I view my industry more as a service industry.
Right.
And I find the most joy in my job when I look at it that way, because I feel like they have a need, whether it's selling or buying, and it's understanding their need and helping them efficiently.
Right.
If you want to be just a salesperson, honestly, you talk about the youth.
Right.
We've got all these AI, Chat GPT.
We do.
Zillow, Redfin, all these different companies that can give you the value of a home like that with the push of a button. And it's more than a transaction to me. Real estate's always been about relationships. It's just like meeting you. Even when we do real estate deals occasionally, we have to be involved with local officials,
sure,
mayors, planning boards, all those folks that the community has involvement in their appointments and whatnot,
sure,
votes, or however it happens. And all that's crucial. And as long as everybody works together, and I think everybody kind of has that same fabric, and home is what, the cliche is home is where the heart is.
Sure.
It's obvious your heart's in Cornelius. My heart is in this area as well.
Right.
Now, since we've moved, we do still have our office in the high country, and that will always be home, but this is new home.
Sure.
And that's what I want to carry forward and be able to serve all the locals and the folks moving in even.
Exactly.
And I hope that they love what these towns have been.
Yeah, I hope so too. Yeah. It's pretty incredible. You talk about service quite a bit, and that's kind of embellished my entire career. I know it's going to be hard for you to believe, but I am past 50 years as a banker in this community. I'm not bragging about this, but it just happens to be the case because I've been fortunate enough to be around this long. Any number of people into business and looked after small business, that's where my heart is, but helped them with their homes, helped big commercial clients still do that to some extent. I've scaled it back just a little bit, but still I've got that in my blood. And I'm real happy that people like Adam give me the opportunity to hang on and still be involved in that profession. It's been a great profession for me. I've been with a number of banks over the years, but I am of the opinion that nothing has prepared me better for the political world than the banking experience that I've had, because it's all about service. It's all about spending time with people and I guess working problems into solutions. And that's just a good feeling for me to get that done. I guess my church organist job is sort of about service as well. So that's kind of where my heart is, I think.
Well, from what I've observed, it's apparent to me, let's put it that way, because you can tell, and like I said at the very beginning when we sat down today, you're very genuine. There's absolutely no facade. I mean, honestly, I feel like I could show up your house and be like, hey, Woody, you want to hang out? And you'd be like, yeah, come on in.
Exactly.
I mean, that is what, not just with you, but in these areas is so special. I mean, I've not walked into a restaurant, any business really, where I didn't feel like overly welcomed.
Sure.
And these are folks that don't know me. And I've traveled a lot. I've been in 30 plus countries, in my short life. And honestly, other than the high country, this is the only place I've ever lived that's comparable.
Well, that's pretty cool. That's a nice compliment. Yeah, it really is. And here you are, 18 miles out of the downtown of a major metropolitan area.
Correct.
Here in our region, Charlotte. And, to feel that way, that close in is pretty positive.
Oh, it is. It's amazing. And like I mentioned, some of the folks that are moving out, they're just moving just because of the size, not necessarily because of Charlotte being whatever, a negative. It's not. They just are transition. Right. Again, it's change. Right. A lot of those folks are older.
Yeah.
And they're moving to a more, what I don't want to use retirement, but like kind of downsizing, slower pace.
A little slower pace.
Yeah. And,
exactly.
That's the one thing with growth too. When you talk about growth, it is inevitable, but you want it to be controlled in some form or fashion.
Yeah, it's good, but I guess there's times it's a little frustrating to me. There's a lot of folks that move into this region and go, okay, I'm here, let's close the gate. And nobody else can come. Well, that's just not realistic anymore. And, we have a very controlled growth philosophy here in Cornelius, as I think do our adjacent communities, except for Huntersville. It's really, really growing. But, we really try to get it right here. And there's certain kinds of growth that we won't tolerate here right now. Our infrastructure is inadequate as we sit here today. But the good news is we've got 5 road projects under contract to happen in this town. And we're going to bring $500 million from the state of North Carolina to build infrastructure and build roads in this town. So, but still, it's going to grow a little bit. I always believe if you're not growing some, that you're dying.
Correct.
And I think that's true for individuals, but it's true for towns and states and countries to some extent. So that's my philosophy, and but we got to get it right. Every time we approve a project in this town, we want to be hitting a home run. And I think for the most part we do that. Not everybody would agree with it, Josh. I'm just saying, but as far as I'm concerned, we need to be hitting a home run, and you need to be bringing a layer of something that we don't have and that's going to make our community better.
Correct.
So that's what we really fight for here.
Yeah. Because you want home to always be home.
Exactly.
I mean, that's the bottom line. I mean, if it's not home and it gets something that it wasn't, then you've lost everything.
Exactly. So, you know, we spend a lot of time here at the town talking about our quality of life, and we've got so many awesome things going on that contribute to that. You know, I spent a lot of time a few years ago as mayor to help our friends over at Kane Center for the Arts raise a lot of money to create a first-class art center here. You've been there. I know you have. I've seen you there. And I think we hit a home run there.
Yeah.
I really do. It has really enhanced what's good about our community and offered a layer of entertainment and opportunity, I think, for kids that we wouldn't have had before. And it took
for
a
the
major
community
effort.
as a whole, too. I mean, you don't know this, but we just signed on with the Kane Center for a pretty significant sponsorship.
Oh, that's awesome.
So we're going to be doing a lot with them, and hopefully we're actually in the process of planning a little podcast with the powers that be there.
You should.
Yeah.
You should.
So,
they're all my friends over there, and we've all worked together to get that established. And, you know, for an entity like that to only have been open, gosh, I don't even know if they've been open 3 years yet, but in and around that, or approaching it, goodness, the difference they've made in that short time is just incredible. So it was worth our town's investment. It was worth all the work that people like me and others put into raising $25 million to make that happen. Never had to raise that much money.
Yeah,
but that was quite a journey.
Yeah.
That really was. But we got there, and we talked to, you know, a lot of people from the Hugh McCalls of the world down to a little 12-year-old girl who presented us a check for $2,500 out of this foundation that she was establishing here in town.
That's awesome.
So, you know, we've had the full gamut. It was a lot of really, really good feelings coming out of that, and I'm so proud of that. Not only the effort, but the results of that effort.
Yeah. It's something that we're looking forward to being involved in.
Yeah, it's a good thing.
It's actually, I mean, I've been to a couple events there now since we've moved to the area. The first event I went to was Brad and Paige Kozlowski's event.
Sure.
For the Checkered Flag Foundation that they have. And myself and the company, we are huge supporters of our veterans.
Yes.
We love to give back to the community.
Sure.
I mean, honestly, like, we give back a lot. And I feel like that, I mean, I just love to do that. I mean, I feel like if I'm not giving back, I'm not serving in some way, shape, or form.
Right.
I mean, I feel like if you don't give back and contribute to where you live, you know, it's a one-sided relationship.
It is.
It'd be like my wife. I mean, she cooks for me every night, and I don't ever do anything nice for her. The cooking's probably going to stop.
Exactly.
I mean, to put it on a very base level, but, you know.
Exactly.
I love being involved in our communities. We also went and saw a concert there. And some of the sponsorship we're doing, I think we're doing 2 or 3 concerts in the fall season, 2 or 3 in the spring season.
That's awesome.
And really looking forward to that. And actually had the privilege of meeting a couple of the board members there. And Justin, I believe.
Justin Dion.
Met Justin. And going to be speaking with Amanda Sloan here sooner than later. She's the one that's actually helping plan that podcast that we've got coming in the future.
Yeah.
So we are actually jumping off the deep end, straight in, head first.
Well, that's awesome. And I'm so proud of those guys. You know, they're doing such a great job in what they're doing for this community and what they're offering. We've got just awesome things going on. So many good people in this town, such a benevolent community that, goodness, what they do for the town, some of the folks that have resources to do that will just warm your heart. And some of them don't want any kind of recognition for it.
Yeah.
They just want to do it. Our police department is a beneficiary of a lot of that. And our animal shelter, we have our own town animal shelter here. Most towns don't have that, but we're proud of that. At our Parks and Rec, we have an outstanding, probably a very renowned Parks and Rec department here that does great things. Yeah, we just had our 4th of July celebration, which was prior to that back in June with the Charlotte Symphony Orchestra down at our band shell in Bailey Road Park. Incredible event. We had somewhere between 9,500 and 10,000 people that turned out for that event just to pay, I guess, homage to veterans and our country. And it's just heartwarming to see that. And Charlotte Symphony Orchestra is
amazing.
Oh my gosh, they're just amazing.
Yeah.
In that setting, they just really warm your hearts. And then after that, most beautiful fireworks you've ever seen. I mean, we do it right. We really do. It's not cheap, but we do it right. And we do it once a year. And I think our citizens really appreciate that. It's an honor for me to help preside over that.
Oh, yeah. Well, what do you want to ask me? Do you want to ask me anything in particular?
Well, you know, I'm just glad you're here. I'm glad you could have chosen a lot of places to go to move your business and live. And I know you're connected back to the mountain region. I'm glad you are. But it's just an honor for me to thank you for choosing us.
Yeah.
And you know, we're gonna get you as a resident of Cornelius one of these days. And
I'm not opposed.
We'll get you. We'll bring you home. We'll bring you closer to home. There's nothing wrong with Davidson, but you know, the communities, while they're a lot alike, they're different. And you know, Davidson's a college town.
It is a
beautiful college town, and that brings with it certain aspects of life, if you will. It's kind of like Chapel Hill in a way. Huntersville is a new sprawling community. We blame them for our traffic problems here. That's what I tell folks. You know, Cornelius isn't growing. It doesn't have crazy growth, but we got just a little bit of growth, but we don't have crazy growth. But what fills up our streets and highways in this town is Huntersville, Denver, Mooresville, maybe Davidson a little bit. But, you know, it's not the growth that we have actually, you know, coming out of the ground here right now. People, they look at me funny when I say that, but it's really true. We've grown in the town of Cornelius, we've grown 0.6% in the last 4 years. That's just not a lot of growth.
Yeah.
But if I were a real estate agent like you and own an entity like you do here and practice that profession, there is no better place. You are anchored in two of the best places in North Carolina to do well. Number one is the beautiful Lake Norman, and then mountain country. This doesn't get any better than that.
Well, the way we really ended up here in the mountains, that market is primarily a vacation second home market.
Is.
And a lot of the folks that were purchasing in that area are from the Charlotte region.
Absolutely.
And I've met so many, and I know a lot of these people when I moved down here, and they had actually asked us to come down and open an office years ago. And, you know, time is a precious commodity, and we just have never had the time to do it.
Right.
And when Helene hit, I saw a little window of opportunity because I'm not a guy that likes to sit still. That's not my best gift.
Right.
So I thought, well, things are going to be a little slow here probably for a little bit. My youngest son was wanting to be in school. Obviously, that affected the school situation back home. And I looked at my wife and I said, hey, you want to take a jump? She said, what do you want to do? I said, well, first let's pray about this. I was like, let's ask the Lord what we're supposed to do. And we kind of prayed and sought the Lord, whatnot, for a little bit and asked, and we sat down and talked, and I said, what'd you hear? She said, I heard move. I said, well, okay. I kind of heard the same thing, not exactly like that, but similar.
Yeah.
So we just got out in the car and started driving around to different places where I knew my business was connected enough to where it wouldn't affect our livelihood in a negative way, you know, to where we could call home.
Sure.
And this area is where we landed. And I am so happy to be here. I mean, I love it. I mean, honestly, I really don't feel like I've moved from home.
Right.
I mean, I've got as many friends here as I did back home, if not more.
Sure.
If I'm being totally honest, just because it is a little larger population. But how you were talking about the difference in Davidson and Cornelius and Huntersville, I mean, back home, you know, we've got Banner Elk, Blowing Rock, Boone,
Sure.
West Jefferson, and Jefferson. And I always say Jefferson and West Jefferson, they're like brothers and sisters. I mean, they're the same bloodline, even though they're different names. And then you got Boone, which is a college town.
Right.
You know, and with the college, you have a different feel. Obviously, you have the youth, a lot of it. And it's a lot larger school than Davidson.
It
so
is.
you can, I mean, for those of you, you've been to Boone. I mean, when school's in, school's in.
School is. My son went there, so I know I
Yeah.
know the feeling of Boone for sure.
I didn't go to school at ASU, but, I went to school out in Oklahoma, but Appalachian State was our hometown college, kind of like for folks here with Davidson.
Sure.
They go to the games, and it's a social outing. And I was there for the first championship in Chattanooga, rushed the field with the team, had a good time. But Boone is drastically different. Blowing Rock is different. Banner Elk's different. But all those towns are very similar to here, how everybody kind of interacts. And, you'll drive from one town to the other to eat at a restaurant. And, you do the same here.
Yeah, we're headed up there in a couple of weeks, and so I'll have to get some good restaurants from you.
Yeah.
Maybe you can hook me up up there. So that'd be fun.
It depends on what area you're going to, but I've got my A-list. And
that's right. We'll have to talk about that.
Yeah.
One of we're actually staying near Blowing Rock. We love Blowing Rock, but I know the folks that own Epic Chop House quite well, and you probably know that they have opened up in Eagle's Nest up there. So I've just got to go try Epic in Eagle's Nest. I got my reservations there.
Yeah,
so we're
that'd be
going to
good.
check that out. That's kind of my birthday.
Okay.
That's my birthday celebration.
Well,
so.
some residents of Cornelius,
They
Mark
did.
and Will Atkins, actually developed Eagle's Nest.
They
and kind
did.
of made it what it is, and they're good friends of mine as well.
Well, I didn't know that,
Yeah.
but they're fine folks. They
Oh,
really
yeah.
are. And, I've always been in awe to see Will's helicopter on his dock, on the top part of his dock out here on the lake when I ride around in my boat. But I know them both. They've been friends and supporters of mine for
years.
a long time.
Yeah.
And Will always hooks me up in that area when I travel up that way. I think he's moved his interest a little bit elsewhere now.
He's
but
over in Tennessee a little.
He
And then
told me about that.
Yeah, and then I think
wasn't
Mark
aware of
is
that.
in West Virginia.
Sure.
They do projects everywhere.
They do.
I've worked with them on a couple where I've, located tracts of land for them to develop, and they do a great job at what they do.
They are.
And I've known them probably, I'd have to go back, maybe, I'm going to say 15, 17 years.
Yeah.
And I actually went with Mark to work on a project that they had down on the coast.
Oh, did you?
Mm-hmm. And it was actually a local guy in Charlotte here who had some land down there. It was close to White Lake. It wasn't right at Wilmington, but close to White Lake in Elizabethtown. But I've known those boys for a long time. They're great friends of mine.
They really are.
Mark's flying now, too.
Oh, I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
he's got a helicopter sitting out there, too, now.
I didn't know
So
that.
I just found that out not long ago. But he said, I had to get my own. So,
Yeah. They're great folks. And, they sort of honor us by keeping their location headquarters, I think, here. So, they're something else. And they pulled that. I've known that area at Eagle's Nest for a long time as a banker, and it struggled through the tough times of real estate, but came back in such a big way. And, they certainly helped dig it out.
They did.
They really did.
Without Mark and Will, it would not have made it.
Exactly.
I'll be honest. The original developer struggled. And another thing I will touch on real quick, and you've seen it in banking, I'm sure, but the key thing is relationships.
Exactly.
And if you can't have relationships and maintain good relationships, it makes anything difficult.
It does.
And the original developer, that was not one of his strong points.
It was not. I knew him too.
Yeah.
And it was not. And remember, I'm a banker.
Yeah. So that kind of opened the door for Mark and Mark and Will to walk through, and they were very successful.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome to see that place now.
Oh yeah.
But I hear that the new Epic, I missed their grand opening, but I think our friend Adam made it up there because we have some relationships with some of those folks, and we really I just got to see it. I got to experience that. I've seen pictures, and I think Adam was pretty much in awe of the looks of it when he was able to go. So looking forward to it.
Oh yeah, you'll
looking
enjoy
forward
it.
to it. I think
be
so.
a whole lot cooler.
I know it will. That's what I hear.
Yeah.
I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
For sure. Excited about that.
But anyhow, I appreciate you being with us today.
Sure.
And
absolutely.
taking the time to do this. You didn't have to
well,
at all.
I didn't, but
And-
I think a lot of you, Josh, and the good work you're doing, the fact that you chose us out this region out of a lot of other choices that you'd have. And so we're just glad you're here.
Well,
We really are. And, whatever we can do for you in the town of Cornelius, we'll we'll jump through a few hoops. We've got some great experience here, and our town is sitting here with like almost 75 miles of shoreline on this beautiful lake. Of course, I'm one of those that can remember when the lake wasn't here, so we've come a long way with that. But it's a great place for you. You'll really, really do well here in this setting.
Well, I appreciate the compliments and the welcome that I've had since the first time I met you.
Yes.
And I mean, I'm looking forward to what the future holds. Just full disclosure, I am for growth, but controlled growth.
Yes.
I love the fabric that we have.
Yes.
I want to keep the fabric that we've
too.
got. And
I do too.
If I do visit the planning boards, whatnot, it will always be, that will be at the first of my priorities. If that's not a priority for the people I'm representing, it'll never come to the table.
Well, one of the things that I'm committed to, and we're gonna get this done if I get to be mayor just a little bit longer, is we got to get our roads fixed. Our transportation has been tough. It really has, and people think that I don't know that. Well, I drive on these streets just like they do and everybody else. So we've got to fix our transportation needs, and we're making great progress. And that was a big driver for me to try to do it again with all the relationships I've been able to put in place over 12 years, really. So we're gonna fix that, and that's gonna, I think, transform our community for sure.
Yeah, it's hard to pick something that you don't like about the place,
right?
And that even with the roads bad,
right?
I mean, it's still, awesome.
Exactly.
I mean, I hate to. I'm all for fixing the roads too, but I mean, the roads would be no reason in the world why I wouldn't live here either.
Yeah. To have 5 road projects under construction at one time.
Yeah, is amazing.
I'm not sure that's going to be a good time to be mayor, but folks have got to be patient. They really got to be patient and let us work through this.
But I mean, that's a good thing too.
Right.
I mean, you have to fix things. You have to do the work.
Exactly. It's just all coming at one time.
Yeah.
But that's okay. We'll take it.
Oh yeah. And when it's done, it'd be better than
many
white
times
sliced
better.
bread.
Yeah, absolutely.
With the fresh tomato cut on it.
Yes,
with
it will.
mayonnaise,
And some Dukes, right?
Yeah, Dukes. Yeah. But anyhow, thank you again. And for those of you that tuned in, thank you for listening. Mayor Woody Washam with Cornelius here in North Carolina. Amazing person. So glad that he got to sit down with me today. Love Cornelius, North Carolina. Great little town. If you've never visited, it's worth visiting. We didn't even talk about any of the great restaurants here we should have.
We didn't. It was a long list,
and
right?
There is a long list, but I mean, even just to pop in for lunch, dinner, whatnot, you mentioned the lake. Great place. If you want any info, feel free to reach out to me. Regency on the Lake. And again, this was an episode of Telling Our Stories. Thanks for joining this episode of Telling Our Stories. We hope you enjoyed today's show and episode. Please feel free to share with somebody that you think may enjoy it. Also, like, subscribe, and share away. We've got more episodes coming in the future. Thanks again for joining us today.